welcome back to Grow West 5. Now, across the garden we like to use a lot of climate-friendly practices, but it's, as you can see, a very large site, and sometimes it's hard to know how to translate that for use in our own gardens at home, which are quite often a bit smaller. Over the next few months, I'm going to be just developing one corner of this garden, just a small plot, into my own climate-ready and climate-friendly kitchen garden. So this is the plot that I'm working with to develop my kitchen garden. Now, we've taken out the plants that we didn't want here, but rather than just throw them away, I've selected the ones that I think will be good for my future garden, and we've just popped them into some small pots, and this means that we can look after them over the winter and whilst we're building the garden. But I do need to tackle the rest of the weeds here, and it's really tempting to wage war on weeds by digging them all out by the roots. However, I want to actually use a no-dig method, and we're going to do this by first taking off just the tops of the remaining weeds, and this is going to help to both weaken them, but it'll also help me to lie some cardboard flat on top of them. We've made sure to remove all the plastic and any labels from the cardboard, and we're going to lie it over the top of the soil. We're going to make sure that it overlaps really well, and that's because we don't want any weeds finding their way through the gaps in the cardboard. So we've added a good layer of cardboard now to the plot, and the reason we've done this and we're using a no-dig method is because when you dig into soil, you actually disturb all of the mycorrhizal and the microbiota communities that live in the soil and help keep it healthy, and we don't want to really kind of break any of those up. The next thing I'm going to do is really think about what all the elements that I want in the garden and where I'm going to put them. And most importantly, I need to think about where my plants are going to go. And to start with, just so I know roughly where my structures and my paths are going to go, I'm going to use some garden canes, and then I'm going to tie a string around them. And that's going to mark out the main sections, the areas where I want to put my shed, my growing plots, and my edible hedge. So that's us done for today. Now we've laid out our cardboard, we've weighted it down as much as we can with bricks because the wind's picked up a little bit. Now it doesn't look very pretty at the moment, but this will give us a really good foundation for the next steps in building our garden. Now the next steps are going to be to lay some of the paths that we want in, and to put the foundation, the base down for our shed as well. So that'll be in the next episode of these videos.